Did you call bank? I call game.
What's good, podcast world? What's good, YouTube? As you can see our beautiful faces, man. Back for another episode of a Charge It to the Game Sports Podcast. Whole crew is in the building. You can see it. You can see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers jersey. You can see it big
we
time.
got energy this time.
You can see Big Z got his Pittsburgh Steelers. Hey, Jay, bro, you didn't get the memo? What the fuck is going on? Man, got the terrible towels and everything. I see you, Z.
Look. We got a new stadium.
Okay.
In Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I need my jersey from there. That's the thing that I do. You know what I'm saying? I don't get jerseys from websites. I can, especially with football, but I get them from the stadium itself. It's just something I do. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, you gotta represent, baby. I mean, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh Lord, we back at it again. We seen it already, man. All right, we done seen the championship. We seen all that. All right.
All right, like you said, new season, man. New season.
Six-time Super Bowl champs.
Put that shit away, man. Put that shit away, big guy. We don't want to see that.
Oh yeah.
That's a nice butt cloth. Nice one.
It says a nice butt cloth. Oh. That got crazy.
Man. So back for another episode. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. So like I said, this is our first show on YouTube. So like we're gonna be doing this more often. And then, you know, from talking to everybody last show, our next show, which will be Sunday, we're gonna have our big guest on, Coach William Edwards from University of Brown, Ivy League, Division I college. He's gonna come on and tell us about his coaching experiences. Today's show, we got a great show ahead for you guys. So we're gonna be talking NFL draft. So bet guys, I'm sorry, we're not gonna be talking bets. Basketball guys, listen, look, I tell you guys this a lot, man. I'm sorry, but we're not gonna be talking basketball. So we're gonna hop right into it, man. So we're giving you the Charge It to the Game Sports Podcast mock draft. So we're going to go through our mock draft, talk about some rumors, draft talk, and get straight into it. So Z, I mean, started off, man. First overall, you go ahead and took the consensus pick, which is Trevor Lawrence. Go ahead, man.
Number one. Now that they'll build some drama with the number one pick. Mm-hmm. Reason Urban Meyer took the job. All the suspense is gone. The Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence, quarterback, Clemson.
First overall. I hear you. And then Jay, man, I see you, man. Took big Zach Wilson out of BYU. How you feeling about that pick, man?
Boom or bust?
No, not my man Zach.
More boom than could be bust.
My man Zach, man. This is Zach Wilson, man.
You can either get Josh Allen or you can get Mazda Mitch.
Not Maserati Mitch.
Not Mazda, not the Mazda. Mitsubishi Mitch. All right.
He said Mitsubishi
Mitch. So all right.
Come on, man. Watch it. Some of my listeners might have some Mitsubishis. Do what you're saying.
Hey, look, man.
It ain't
y'all love what y'all love.
Right.
It ain't even a Mazda, all right? You know what I'm saying? And it damn sure ain't Maserati, all right? Yeah. So, you know.
It's a Pinto or something. Yeah. I feel you, babe. I feel you. And then I went third. I actually took Mac Jones. 49ers fans, I'm sorry. I don't want to hear your shit. You guys been talking about we don't want Mac Jones. We don't want him. Well, you got him, okay? That's who you getting, okay? You got no other choice. Kyle Shanahan didn't go to any other pro day but his. I mean, he went to some other ones for some other guys. But that's your quarterback, and that's who you're rocking with. Kyle Shanahan is talking big shit too, talking about people not being able to see the next day and shit. I don't know what the fuck's going on with the guy. But
so rumor is they'll trade Jimmy G before the weekend's up. So.
That's what I'm hearing.
I've been saying that.
Could he go back to the Patriots? I mean, he might go back.
That's not out of the realm.
Yeah,
it's not out of the realm.
I mean, familiar guy. He's familiar with the system. Belichick, kicking the tires with Cam Newton.
That's why San Fran needs to do it before the draft, because if the Patriots get a quarterback,
yeah,
they're out.
Yeah, I don't know.
And based on what Denver gave up for Teddy Bridgewater, what is? Yeah. I mean, San Francisco's trying to get a first round pick for Jimmy G. I don't think that's
that's not happening.
Hell no. Teddy just got dealt for 6. I mean, come on. And then Garoppolo is damaged goods. Dude's got a busted up knee.
Man. Yeah, he is damaged goods. Look,
I mean, Stephen Smith calls him a porn star Jimmy. That's what he calls him.
Yeah, so
that dating the porn star.
All right.
But anyway, man, to get back on track, for Big Z, you took Atlanta taking Kyle Pitts. Tell me about that pick, because Atlanta could have did a lot of things, right? They could have traded back. They stayed.
Yeah. So crazy rumors talking about offering up Julio Jones in trade rumors with Julio.
Right.
I think they need to keep him, pair him with Pitts, pair him with Matt Ryan. They got Calvin Ridley. They got Hunter Hurst at tight end.
Man, that's an offense. To be honest, I would. I'm in the division, man. I do not want to play Atlanta if they get Kyle Pitts, man. I mean, our defense is solid, bro. But I mean, come on, you got Calvin Ridley, you got Julio Jones on the outside. They're one-on-one nightmares. Carlton Davis is big trash. I mean, he can't guard what?
They're Atlanta. Huh? They're Atlanta. And you got the QB. They brought him back.
We got time. We'll beat them, but it's going to be tough. That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't help them on defense. And their problem was fourth quarter blown leads. The offense did their part. The defense.
Atlanta's tough, man. I'm telling you. If Atlanta gets Pitts, I'm telling you, man, they're going to be a problem. But so you had him going 4th to Atlanta. Then Jay.
I like it.
Yeah, at Jay, at 5, you had Jamar Chase reuniting with his old guy Burrow. Out there in Ohio. So I think that's a solid pick, man.
Yep.
And then at 6, I actually took Devonta Smith reuniting with his college buddy Tua to help him out. And I think this is a big year for Tua, man. I mean, he came out of college. He came from that knee surgery. He tried it out there. He wasn't fully healthy. I mean, I'm rooting for Tua. He didn't really do much because they swapped in, him out a lot of the times for Fitzpatrick. But now they're pretty much really giving him the keys, and they're trying to get him some weapons. The defense is solid. Miami Dolphins, your defense is legit. So after that, at number 7, ZU had the Detroit Lions taking Penny Sewell. Great pick, man.
Detroit may want to trade out.
They could
as well because they need help.
Yep. In a lot of places.
In a lot of places, yeah. New coaching staff, new GM.
Who do you think trades up for him? I mean, it's a lot of teams, man. They want to move up.
With the trade that the Broncos made, Broncos out of the quarterback market. So you got
Teddy Bridgewater for 6.
Yeah, so you got Washington, you got New England, you got all those teams. So they may try to go up to Carolina's spot, or they might try to go up to Detroit's spot to secure one of the 5 quarterbacks they're thinking are going to be first-round quarterbacks.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, we'll see how it shakes out.
Because, I mean, based on it, could you imagine top 3 picks of quarterbacks?
I mean, like I said, quarterback position is so, like I said, we talk about every show, man. Quarterback position is so damn important, man. You need that guy. I mean, look.
And does that push second-round quarterbacks into the first round? So there's like the
Kyle Trask,
and then the Davis guy from Stanford, who is a solid quarterback, a second-round guy, comes from a Davis Shaw system.
What's the guy from Texas A&M? Was it Kellen Mond? I mean, he's going to be a later guy.
Yeah, Mond. He could. I mean, do they get pushed up? So Kellen Mond,
even Sam Ellinger.
Yeah. Well, no, not that.
He said, "Well, no." Is that a little West Virginia bias? I see.
Here we go.
No.
I like it.
Here we go.
I like it. I like the smoke. Don't worry, I like the smoke.
Let's not talk too crazy now. But there could be some action. So the main spots in the draft will be San Francisco at 4, Detroit, and Carolina.
Yeah. And then after that, I mean, at 8, I mean, Jay, you took Jalen Waddle going to Carolina. Now this, to me, Jay, you have to explain to me, man. You took Jalen Waddle going to Carolina. So tell me your reasons behind that.
So I picked Jalen Waddle just so Teddy can not Teddy, I'm sorry, because we're talking about Carolina.
Yeah,
so with Sam Darnold essentially. Yeah. And I think Sam Darnold took a pretty decent. All right, so I'm gonna say I think he took pretty decent care of the ball as far as getting hit and stuff like that. So I think that's fine. I think they could definitely go O-line here. Not the best, but when you usually get a new quarterback still, and seeing how the record that Sam Darnold's had back in the Jets, you kind of really want him to succeed. And one of them things of having that is having a crazy arsenal. I mean, look, we just mentioned Atlanta, right? You know, they could have gone with a new quarterback. They've gone many different ways. But Pitts may be the best person in that draft. And I'm not saying Waddle's that, but you know, it's a classic thing. You arm your quarterback, especially someone new, with all the, you know, the bells and the whistles, so they won't lose.
Right.
His back against the wall. Yeah. I mean, I really struggle with that one, but I say support Sam Darnold and giving him more weapons so he can succeed.
Right. And then, I mean, they'll have a nice trio. I mean, if you look at it, Sam Darnold's he's going to have a loaded offense. I mean, you got Roby Anderson, you got DJ Moore, you got Christian McCaffrey, who's going to be coming back healthy, and we hope he's going to be the Christian McCaffrey of old. Well, I'm not. I mean, the Bucks and Devin White going to smack him. I hope so. But anyway, moving on. We talked about, so that was 8. Broncos at 9. So a lot of things have changed. So I actually, when I made my list earlier, I had the Broncos taking Trey Lance because, I mean, there was so much stuff with the media and George Penton saying that he hated Drew Luck. And, you know, now today, we just got word that they made a trade for Teddy Bridgewater to bring him in, and he's pretty much going to be the starting QB for the Broncos. So Broncos fans, get ready for Teddy. I don't think it's or
compete. Yeah, the word they use.
He's going to start. I mean, Drew Luck ain't doing nothing, man. They hate him. They hate the dude. I mean, I'm telling you, anytime that happens, Drew Luck get the clipboard ready. I'm telling you, okay? But
so they replaced Elway. So Elway doesn't want to admit another first-round quarterback mistake, which they've had plenty.
Yeah, they do.
They don't.
Oh my God, they had a lot. I forgot they had
they had a lot.
Man, Trevor
Brock
Siemian,
Trevor Siemian,
Tebow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Tebow. Yeah. They took some L's.
Jesus, he's like a Michael Jordan of the NFL. You just can't draft players. You know what I mean?
First round Michael Jordan. You can't say that because now Michael Jordan has drafted LaMelo.
I mean, but they still not. I mean, they're not really doing much. I mean, the team overall, he's a solid player, though. I'll give you that. LaMelo is nice.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Look, it's draft day. So we can talk about that another time. We'll say that.
Yeah. So I mean, at 9, I had Trey Lance, but after the pick now, I think they trade back realistically. At 10, you had the Dallas Cowboys taking Surtain, which I think is a solid pick. They need defense. And Jerry Jones just keeps talking and running his mouth about Kyle Pitts. I mean, he loves him, but I mean, you don't really need him. So I like to pick with Surtain at 10. And then
too bad he gone.
Yeah, he's gone. He's been gone. So at 11, Jay, you actually had J.C. Horn going to the Giants. Solid pick.
Yep.
I like that at the cornerback position to give them some cornerback help. And then at 12 for the Patriots, I had the Patriots moving up. From their spot to move up to the 12th spot to take Justin Fields. From what I understand, reading a lot of articles, the Patriots are doing this smoke screen, talking all this trash about Justin Fields so that they can get him. So I think that happens. I think they go with Fields.
It'll be interesting. They may not have to trade back, or other teams may jump in, like Washington. So there are teams. There are a lot of teams looking for quarterbacks.
Yep.
The hot name is Trey Lance. So Trey Lance is
we know Trey. We know everybody love Big Trey.
Yes. I mean, everybody loves him. I'm telling you, some people like what is the deal with Trey Lance? Like, why do people love him? You know what I mean? They're just saying that he had one season of tape.
Yeah, because he's raw.
Yeah.
He's only played one season and one game. And he dominated his competition at that level. He's got the size, got the speed.
He's a big dude.
I read some stuff where they said he was the smartest quarterback in this draft.
Wow.
And so that's why San Francisco's having second thoughts now. When they say, yes, we wanted Mac Jones, that's why we traded up, but some things changed that made it closer in the last couple of weeks. Well, there hasn't been any football played, so nothing changed football wise. They just put him on the board and saw how smart Trey Lance was.
Man, stop giving those 49ers fans hope, man. I'm telling you, stomp on their throat.
That's why now they're saying it's close.
Get it and you like it.
But yeah, so the fight is between the front office loves Trey Lance.
Yeah. John Lynch and those guys.
Yeah, and Shanahan loves Mac Jones. But John Lynch in his press conferences said that Shanahan will have the final call. So it's going to be Mac Jones. Probably.
Yeah, and it's in his contract. So
99% it's going to be,
Yeah, at 13, I had, you had Rashawn Slater going to the Chargers. I think that's a solid pick to reshore up that offensive line. Man, helping out the young kid, Herbert.
Think about it. They got the center from Green Bay.
Yeah, Lindsey.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They got a guard from the Steelers, and then they need a tackle.
Man, they are not playing.
So they will draft a tackle.
The Chargers are going to be a sneaky team, man, because if Herbert can do what he did last year and somehow reenact what he's did.
He's got weapons.
He's got weapons. You got Keenan Allen. I mean, you got Mike Williams.
Yep.
You got a solid, group of guys. I mean, you can do damage in that division. And Jay, that's your division, man. So,
I ain't worried about it.
And then new coach.
I ain't worried about
new coaching staff, solid defense. I mean, their defense has always been solid. So, LA will be tough.
Yeah.
Well, their defense lost
almost slipped up and said San Diego, but yeah.
Almost.
I know we so used to saying it.
LA Chargers.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Moving on at 14, JU had the Vikings taking Jeremiah Awasu. Yeah, I mean it's a solid pick. I can see that happening.
Self-explanatory. This is self-explanatory with this one.
Yeah.
I don't talk too much.
Speed, impact, linebacker.
Yep, we get after it.
Yeah. At 15, Elijah Tucker to the Eagles. That was actually my pick. So I think the Eagles need offensive line. They're getting a little old on the offensive line side with Lane Johnson and Brandon Brooks and those guys. So he's coming in as a tackle. Even Kelsey at the center position. So he's going to show up that other tackle spot. I like that at 15 for the Eagles. They cannot draft receivers, so please stop.
So please stop.
I'm telling you, man. They took a guy named JJ Ortega
Whiteside,
yeah, and then they got the
hey Eagles, keep the party going.
We had to shit on the Eagles fans like that. But, hey, we did. I'm sorry, Eagles fans.
Oh man.
But moving on. So at the Cardinals at 16s, I like this one, Z. So Micah Parsons. I like it, man. I like
best player available. They need more impact players on defense. It could be corner, could be linebacker for them.
Man,
I went best player available. Could be Newsome from Northwestern as well.
Yeah, I think one of those guys will be a solid pick for Cardinals. Moving on, Jay, I'm gonna do you the honors, babe. At 17, man, the guy with the crazy looking name.
Yeah, Aziz.
Ojulari.
There we go. Big Z coming in for a break. Yeah, pick is pretty different with this one. Greg Newsome was a potential pick, but I believe that since we're going to probably shift formations instead of with the new coaching staff as far as defensive coordinator and stuff like that, I want to have a good, decent arsenal of linebackers. I think that he is the next best linebacker behind Micah Parsons.
Right.
And I wanted Parsons. But we still have Damon Arnett to figure out what he could do. So we have a year for that. So I say we, get the support where it's at.
I feel that, man. So we had him taking hit. Moving on to 18, I had the Dolphins taking an edge guy in Jalen Phillips. So I think he comes in and helps out with the pass rush, and it's business as normal for that defense. The Dolphins defense is nice. I mean, they just got to show up that offensive side. So we'll see what happens. 19, Washington. So Z, you actually had them taking Christian Darrisaw, the
down the street.
Yeah, right down the street, man.
Yep.
So solid pick.
Now that could change. They did just make a trade for Eric Flowers, offensive lineman.
Yep.
So
I can see that.
Rumors are they are in the quarterback market, and they love Trey Lance. So Washington could be a sneaky team thinking about moving up, but the price may be high. So
too high.
Yeah. So we shall see.
We'll see. Moving on, Chicago at 20. Jay, you had Tevin Jenkins. Going to Chicago. Nice.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
21, I had Indianapolis taking Sam Cusmi, the guy from Texas, the offensive lineman. I think that he comes in for the retired with Anthony Costanzo, and he's a plug and play player. To shore up that Colts offensive line. They love to run the ball with Jonathan Taylor, Marlon Mack. Jay, as you said on the previous show, he's a backup forever, babe.
Yes, sir.
You did say that.
Yes, sir.
Backup forever.
Forever.
Yeah, man. And then the guy that with NC State, the screen guy in the backfield as well. Hines. Yeah. So I mean, I got the Colts doing that. And then Tennessee at 22. Z, you had them taking Zayn Collins. Tell us about that pick.
Yeah, replacement for Jadeveon Clowney, bookend pass rusher to go with Bud Dupree, who they signed from the Steelers. I think it makes sense. It's just they could go corner because their DBs were not so strong last year as well. They gave up a lot of points through the air. They couldn't stop the run either. So it's definitely going to be defense. I think best player available is Collins going to Tennessee.
Right. And then right after that, 23, Jay, you had Greg Newsome going to the Jets.
Yep.
I mean, Greg Newsome is not really talked about in this draft a lot, but he's a solid corner, man. I'm telling you, I mean, he's going to be a great player in the NFL. He's long, he's rangy. A lot of people just don't know about him. Didn't he go to Northwestern?
Northwestern, yeah. Solid corner, ready to play right away. Solid against on bump and run. Right. Solid cover guys.
He'll come up and hit you too.
Yeah, he'll be ready to play. Smart. Yeah. He went to Northwestern.
Yeah,
ready to go.
Exactly. So and then Z, I mean, right after that, you had your Pittsburgh Steelers taking your guy, man.
Yes. Yes.
Najee Harris.
Yeah, they're gonna drop Najee upside down just like that towel.
Oh,
right. back to smash mouth power football. They haven't had an impact running back since Le'Veon Bell decided to take a year off and started his mess. But Najee will be that guy to come in, be a culture builder, be a guy who will change everything.
He's a big guy too. Ain't he a big guy?
Oh yeah, big, fast. He's good on third down, can catch the ball. He can block.
Is he big as Derrick Henry? I'm not saying
not that big.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No. He said no, not at all.
He's faster. He's faster.
Yeah, he's faster.
Yeah. So he's kind of in between Mark Ingram and Derrick Henry. So he's unique. I mean, I think he comes to Pittsburgh. It's a game changer.
So you're telling me
they do need offensive linemen. Offensive line is still average, but all the good ones are gone by this time.
Yeah.
And so
there's some left in the second and third rounds, you know.
Yeah. The ones they would get would be second, third round. So
a lot of solid.
I would run so fast to turn in that car. They give them 5 minutes between picks. Steelers have made their pick in 30 seconds. World record time.
Yeah, they do that.
They're gonna be sitting in the wall. They're gonna be sitting in the war room. They're gonna hit the phone ring.
Remember the year when Minnesota took too long, and 5 teams jumped ahead of them to take a pick?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Vikings, I must have missed that one.
Oh, Vikings! The clock ran out. They had the 6th pick, and the clock ran out. And so 7, 8, 9, 10 ran up ahead of him in 10 seconds to make picks.
Oh my God.
That's terrible.
And then the Vikings got the 11th pick.
They ate their ass up.
And then they had to go to court because the guy they drafted was like, you're paying me like the 7th pick, not paying me like the 10th pick just because you let those other teams jump ahead of me in the pick.
And if y'all don't know, I'm about that dollar. Go get your money, Playboy.
It was hilarious because they were trying to make a trade and the team kept holding them on the phone, wasting all the time, knowing that they're picking 2 picks later. Like, you know what? We changed our mind and hang up.
I like it.
Every other team was running up, turning their card in 5 seconds, jumping ahead of them in the draft.
That's a mess, man. I mean, I can't believe I missed that. So I guess moving on. I mean, at 25,
draft memories.
Yeah, draft memories for sure. So at 25, I actually had the Jags taking Rashad Bateman, wide receiver from Minnesota. He's not talked about in the draft a lot, is being one of the high-end receivers. I think he comes in and solidifies this Jacksonville receiving core. We'll see what Urban Meyer can do, man. I mean, he's cocky and confident as hell. Keep that same action when the season starts. That's all I got to say for you.
Yep, that's it.
And then at 26, Cleveland. I mean, Jay, who did you have them taking?
Christian Barmore, defensive tackle from Alabama. I did see the recent news that Sheldon Richardson was let go on free agency by the Browns. They're not opposed to bringing him back, but some younger blood, cheaper, and he's Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of in a good percentage of getting a good defensive lineman at least from Alabama.
They love Alabama players too.
Yes, they do.
They love those guys, the big boys up front. I mean, Cleveland just adding more and more defense. So Z, man, I'm telling you, you got your work cut out for you, man, in that division. I'm telling you, Cleveland's coming. And then moving on, at 27, the Baltimore Ravens. I had them taking Elijah Moore, the receiver. Baltimore needs a receiver, man. They really need a receiver. Marquise Brown is a speedster.
That's a sneaky good pick.
Yeah, he's a great receiver, man.
I was looking at who the Steelers had meetings with. Yeah. He was the only or one of 2 receivers who the Steelers met with in this draft cycle. And if the Steelers are going to meet with a receiver, there is a better than 90% chance they're going to be a good receiver.
Yeah, it's so many. This receiver draft is so deep, man. There's so many guys. Like, nobody's even talking about Rashad Bateman. No one's talking about.
Ironically, so Steelers met with this guy Moore, and then they met with the Olympic guy from Auburn. Was the only other receiver they met with in person.
Man. And just to show you
who's the fastest receiver in this draft.
I mean, it's so many guys, man. What's the guy at Purdue? Rondell Moore? A lot of people really are talking about him. He's really good. He's fast. He's explosive.
He's a special player.
So I mean, I got Elijah Moore going to Baltimore, so solidifying their number 1 receiver spot.
Right.
And then
they've been saying that for about 5 years. Every time they add a new receiver.
Every time. And they get a decent receiver for the most part. They just don't get a number 1 wide receiver.
You're jumping all over Baltimore, man.
Hey, look.
What's up? What's up, man?
Every time they pick a receiver, I pretty much say, "Oh, that's another bust." I
mean, he's not top 10. He bottom 10. He may be mid 10. Mid 10 ain't enough for the Steelers. That's what Big Z saying.
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, Lamar has to develop as a passer.
If they get more though, just the fact that the Steelers took the time to meet with him in person means that there's something good about him. And I did see Lane Kiffin raving about him too. When they were interviewing Lane Kiffin, he said this one of the smartest players he's ever coached. So
right, and then at 28, Z, you had Saints taking, was it Trevin? Was it Morin?
Yeah, safety. Yeah, they had problems on the back end.
Yeah, they did.
Tampa took advantage of them there, and they need some safety help, big time.
Yeah, I mean we'll see what the Saints. I hate the Saints. I don't care what they get. They get a lump coal. I don't care. But at 29. Jay, you had the Packers taking a defensive player, Greg Rousseau from Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a solid one, but I mean, that's gonna piss Aaron Rodgers off.
Hey, look, man, they already got the replacement on the roster, right? So at this point, they should be looking towards defense. I think that's a high upside pick. I don't think he's back. He's a little bit undersized, but I think, he get his hands right, add a little bit more muscle to him. He'd be great off that.
Yeah, he's a long guy.
Yeah, left here long, lanky guy, right? So I don't see, and Packers, defensive line doesn't strike no fear in no one else. They got two solid not two solid wide receivers. They got one solid wide receiver, which is great, Devonta Adams. But as far as cornerbacks, they got two solid cornerbacks. Didn't look like that in the playoffs because they were getting spiced. I'm talking about spicy meatball, cook, chef, crock pot, anything you wanted. You know what I'm saying? They were getting cooked. So defense. Defense.
They got Jair Alexander. He didn't get cooked, but the other dude, Kevin King.
Kevin King.
Boy, he let a touchdown right before halftime. Scotty Miller's running right behind him.
1 second left. Even in high school, they tell you, deeper than the deepest, don't let the ball go over your head.
That's it.
Dumb guy.
And what does he do? Unbelievable.
Man. Absolutely. I mean,
every high school coach is watching that. Like, are you kidding me?
I'm not mad that he did it, though. I mean, hey, I'm telling you, I almost knocked.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I almost punched a hole in the wall when that happened, boy. I'm telling you, for no reason.
Dude, it's just like that when the Raiders played the Jets. And Greg Williams with that zero coverage.
Oh my gosh!
Jay,
I was hating that. I was hating that. Oh my gosh! I had money on that game too, and he just threw up my head.
That was
he got
crazy.
fired the next day too. Greg Williams.
I mean, how do you play that coverage?
Yeah.
With 30 seconds left in the game? Only thing that beat you is a touchdown.
Man, just stupid. So getting back to the list, man, you got two picks left. So Z, with the Bills, you took the Bills taking Travis Etienne, running back from Clemson.
Yeah, could you imagine that? Josh Allen with Stephon Diggs, give him another weapon, catch the ball out of the backfield.
Yeah, load it up. Makes sense.
Bills, I think this is I think you guys get back to the AFC Championship, and I do think you guys make it over the hump. I don't know. I don't think Kansas City's gonna make it back. I think Kansas City losing in the divisional round. I actually do think Pittsburgh is going to be on the AFC side. I'm not saying that because he's here, but I think if they do some offensive line changes and they run the ball, because Big Ben cannot pass the ball 30 fucking times a game. He's too old.
He cannot.
They got a whole new offensive staff. So the key needs for them on offensive line help, running back, and they need a tight end. McDonald retired. So
what happened to the other guy, Eric Ebron? Hands of stone.
He's there, man. We need
hands of stone.
He can't catch.
We need another tight end.
Look, keep him there.
Yeah.
I like that.
You like it?
Yes.
And then at 31, with the last pick of the NFL draft, the Buccaneers select Caleb Farley, cornerback from Virginia Tech. Oh my God! I mean, that would be no. I mean, why not?
No.
I mean, Carlton Davis is suspect. We need him, man. I mean, Carlton Davis is suspect. I do not like him. He's too slow. And then ultimately, next year he's going to be pretty much his last year of his contract. Are you really going to pay Carlton Davis?
That's going to be that would be a value pick. It's kind of like what the Chiefs did last year when they took the running back. Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah,
they didn't really need a running back at the time, coming off a Super Bowl win. It was a luxury pick, and he made a difference until he got hurt.
It could go a lot of ways, though. Me personally, I hope they get a cornerback because, like I said, I just don't think Carlton Davis is that guy. And like I said, he's going to be coming to the end of his deal. He's going to be looking for big money. You're not going to. Why would you pay Carlton Davis number one corner money? You got Dean. You got Murphy Bunting. Who are solid guys. I think Caleb Farley, big, strong, tall guy, athletic, can come in and, maybe be a nickel back or a dime back. And then after that, but I mean, it could go a lot of ways. I mean, I've seen, there's some mock drafts where they say that the Bucs take Kyle Trask. I wouldn't be mad at that. I think Kyle Trask is solid. I mean, I like them at Florida.
He's big and think about the types of quarterbacks Bruce Arians likes. I mean, if you think about, he coached Big Ben, he coached Andrew Luck, he coached Peyton Manning, and then he coached Tom Brady.
Man, he had some quarterbacks, didn't he? He had some quarterbacks.
That's great company.
Yeah, Carson Palmer was his other one. Those are the quarterbacks that he's coached.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely crazy.
And all of them big, strong guys who could throw the ball.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, it's so much going on around the league. Like I said, NFL draft tomorrow night. We're gonna see how things shake out, man. I mean, I want to kick off this one topic, and then we're gonna close out, guys. How are you guys feeling about the number 4 pick, man? Do you guys really think that the Falcons take the tight end, or do you think they trade back, man? I think
they trade back.
You think they trade back? That's what I'm thinking, man. I mean,
it depends. They have cap problems now. The issue,
do they trade Julio too? I mean,
here's the
Patriots trade Gilmore. There's so much stuff.
They're trying to trade the number 4 pick, but they are asking for. They feel like Kyle Pitts is a generational type player, and so they're asking for what teams would normally pay for a number 1 pick, and that's what's stalling everything. So they have their chart what the number 4 pick is worth. Atlanta is asking for what the number 1 pick is worth for the number 4 pick, because they're saying you're going to get the best player in the draft, and we're passing up on Kyle Pitts by letting you come in and get Kyle Pitts. Right. So the team they've been talking about has been Dallas, but the price is so high with Atlanta that I don't think Dallas is going to do it.
Go ahead, Dallas. Go get it.
Because they're saying Kyle Pitts is not a number 4 pick. He's a number 1 pick.
Look, I ain't mad at that, especially if Dallas go do it. Hey, Atlanta, take everything Dallas has.
Man, but Jay, that's your division, man. I mean, your Washington football team, the no-name team. I mean, come on now.
Take the boxers to everything.
But if you think about Washington, so they could have Fitzpatrick for 1 year, and then if they end up with Trey Lance in Washington, he can sit behind Fitzpatrick. The same thing he did with Tua last year. Same thing that the Chiefs had with Pat Mahomes. With Alex Smith.
Stopgap, yep.
And Trey Lance will be their quarterback next year. I mean, that would be for Washington, because they have their defense is pretty much set.
Right.
They need to step up their offense. And so,
Washington lose it. I know a few Washington fans, pure Washington fans, like they just root for them. They are really wishing they had Trey Lance, and I've been saying for the whole year they're not going to get him.
What do you think would happen if they got Justin Fields, another Ohio State quarterback?
They would be in deep shit for sure. I mean, because
I'm not looking forward to those calls.
The fan base will lose it.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, solid show, guys. I mean, that wraps up our show, and that concludes our show. So, we'll see you guys on Sunday. As always, continue to support the show. Now we're on YouTube. We're going to be kicking the video out on pretty much almost every show. And then, like I said, next show, we're getting ready for our guests, man. William Edwards, Ivy League school, Brown University, is going to come and chat with us about his coaching career and his playing career, and just how his overall passion for the game. Be sure to subscribe on all major platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We are now on YouTube with the video. Hit the like button. See your comments. See you next show.